We are seeing right now in those roles and those tasks that are routine and repetitive, there is a huge opportunity for transformation. But if I give an example for life sciences, where we are doing work with Snowflake, in the last 2 years, we've seen a dramatic acceleration from R&D, drug discovery, to medicines to being available on the street. But through every step in that process, there's a human in the loop.
What technology can do is to take away some of those mundane, kind of repetitive tasks and free up people to do what they really do best, which is to innovate, to build customer relationships, to show and deliver customer intimacy, and ultimately have the leadership to make changes needed to reinvent what they do, which should be a much more rewarding place to be. I think our small part in that is to provide that foundation that can empower people to do those things.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Data Cloud Now. We're currently in London, where I'm now delighted to be joined by Cian O'Hare, Data and AI Managing Director at Accenture, along with Lee Bonici, EVP Partner Director at Snowflake. Gentlemen, really looking forward to this conversation today.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having us. Very exciting here today.
Looking forward to diving in. Gentlemen, we're seeing a massive acceleration where every company is becoming a technology company with AI at the core. From your vantage point, how are executive leaders recalibrating their strategies to balance the immense promise of new technology with the irreplaceable value of their people? Cian, why don't we start with you?
Great question. I think you hit the nail on the head with the last point. For us, it boils down to people. So certainly in terms of, do we have the right talent? Do we have the right skills today and tomorrow? What's our capability development plan? So certainly recalibrating their strategy on human capital is number one. On technology, we look at the data technology for yesterday. Is it applicable tomorrow? How do we process unstructured real-time data? How do we label data, semantic layers? So grappling with all those strategies, both from the people and the technology, are the two things front of mind right now, Ryan.
Very well said. And Lee, from
Yeah, just to build on that, really, I think we don't see this as tech versus people. We see it as tech for people.
Oh, well said.
And I think it's a chance for us to use our collective capabilities to augment the human side of the business. I think our focus in Snowflake, working with Accenture, is really to provide that trusted, connected, easy to use platform that humans can use to better empower their decision making day to day and really help them deliver better business outcomes.
Well said. And as leaders navigate this, what are the biggest challenges they face in embedding AI into the fabric of their enterprise? And how do you move beyond isolated projects to fundamentally reinventing how business operates to find new paths to growth? Lee, why don't we stick with you?
Yeah, this is an interesting time as people move from experimentation with AI and some isolated projects to really looking at how they scale AI across the enterprise. And I think probably if you look at what that means, most companies are starting to realize you can't have an AI strategy without a data strategy. That really begins at the foundation. And what we're trying to do is to therefore make sure that companies can leverage that trusted data, that seamless, unified, powerful data foundation to really scale their AI ambitions. And this is why the partnership with Accenture becomes so critical, because it goes beyond what we can do into really kind of management of change and strategic vision. That's the capability that Accenture really brings, deep expertise in Snowflake to try and enable those business outcomes.
Fantastic insights.
Yeah, that's great. I think, look, the question you asked is the number one question we're being asked today. How do we scale? How do we scale faster? How do we get to the value faster? We touched upon the people challenges, but in addition to that, it's about putting the investments in the right places. I've seen examples where there's hundreds and hundreds of proof of concepts or pilots which deliver, while interesting results, no tangible value. So I think it's focusing and honing those investments, going deeper in a specific process or a functional or domain area to really demonstrate the value, which brings the organization along with you. And also, chatting to Lee earlier, this AI transformation is a huge change for the enterprises, touches upon every part of the organization. So sponsorship is key. And in some instances, it does require the CEO to sponsor these programs. So I think coupled people looking at investment and looking at the right sponsorship, they're the three things that we see are the kind of biggest challenges in terms of truly moving to speed and scale in this topic.
It's very well said. To your point, you very much need that top-down approach to be successful. Lee, how is Snowflake and Accenture working as one to ensure your ecosystem is getting the most out of their data? And where do you see solutions like Snowflake Intelligence helping to serve as an up-leveler?
Yeah, I mean, this is a really interesting time in the partnership with Accenture right now. It's probably the perfect combination of platform and practice. Accenture have been one of our longest standing partners and one of the most successful. We've got somewhere in the region of 3,000 certified professionals at Accenture who are extremely capable on the Snowflake platform, knowing really how to get the best from that platform. And we've done like close to 600 enterprise engagements together. So companies should feel confident in Accenture's ability to get the best from the platform. When it comes to something like Snowflake Intelligence, to build on that foundation, I think it probably can be a real kind of game changer for the partnership. Kian touched on it, their boardroom access, and the touch points that they have across organizations goes way beyond some of the personas that we're talking to. So Snowflake Intelligence allows many more users to interact with their structured and unstructured data in natural language, which effectively ends up democratizing AI for the enterprise. And what that means is more data can be used by more people, and that's better enabled by a partnership with Accenture.
Very much in it together to your
Yes, absolutely.
And Keane, some exciting news coming out of Accenture with the launch of your new growth model, reinvention services. How do you expect this shift to most impact customers, and how do you see this elevating how we collectively go to market?
Firstly, it's the most exciting time at Accenture at the moment. This is the biggest change the firm has ever gone through. We've created the Reinvention Services Business Group, and we're actually looking to bring together our consulting, our strategy, technology, operations, and our song businesses in one integrated business group. Now, the reason is it's going to position us as the best and the biggest AI-powered professional services company in the planet. Most importantly, what does that mean for our clients? So we are talking about the opportunity to reinvent businesses, to reinvent processes, to leverage this once in a lifetime opportunity. And that's what's required to get our clients there. That's why we want to move at pace. We want to move at speed by bringing this together collectively. And of course, it speaks volumes that the opportunity is there for both organizations as we go after that transformation agenda.
I love that. And now, gentlemen, as you both look ahead, as AI becomes more autonomous and integrated into daily workflows, how do you see the role of human ingenuity evolving, and what will be the new highest value contributions from people in the enterprise tomorrow? Kian, why don't we keep with you?
Okay, so the crystal ball question, and a question
Didn't mean to put you on the spot.
Yeah, no, that's okay. My teenage son just asked me that question this week. So what's the job of the future?
Right.
So I think we are seeing right now in those roles and those tasks that are routine and repetitive, there is a huge opportunity for transformation. But if I give an example for life sciences, where we are doing work with Snowflake, in the last 2 years, we've seen a dramatic acceleration from R&D, drug discovery, to medicines to being available on the street. But through every step in that process, there's a human in the loop. And we really feel that's not going to change, and that's going to evolve across many of the opportunities as this becomes mainstream. So I think it's a balanced view at the moment. Certainly, there is some profound changes that are coming for those repetitive tasks, those repetitive roles, but there will have to be, and there will continue to be, a human in the loop for more of those end-to-end processes.
Well said. And Lee, from your seat.
Yeah, I mean, I really endorse what Kian said. We were talking about it earlier. We've both got teenage children, thinking about what do those jobs look like in the future. And hopefully for me, I hope that what technology can do is to, take away some of those mundane kind of repetitive tasks and free up people to do what they really do best, which is to innovate, to build customer relationships, to show and deliver customer intimacy. And ultimately, have the leadership to make changes needed to reinvent what they do, which should be a much more rewarding place to be. I think our small part in that is to provide that foundation that can empower people to do those things. I think working with Accenture to deliver those kind of responsible AI projects, responsible AI programs that still have that human in the loop intervention to ensure that those AI projects are ethically delivered and well governed.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what comes next from Snowflake and Accenture. Gentlemen, such a pleasure sitting down with both of you here today.
Take a look.
The audience watching, I'm Ryan Green with Data Cloud Now. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you soon.